Victor, please.
Call me Doom.
Hello, and thanks for joining us here at CBR. In an unlikely team-up, Spider-Man has joined Dr. Doom in Amazing Spider-Man number 61. Though the partnership is not as cut and dry as it seems, it may be hinting at possibilities for the future of the MCU. Let's take a closer look. Before discussing how Dr. Doom and Spider-Man could team up in the MCU, it's important to understand why they are teaming up in the comics. Following the events of the comic book storyline Blood Hunt, Dr. Doom takes over the title of Sorcerer Supreme from Doctor Strange. However, Dr. Doom shows little interest in maintaining the duties of the position and finds another character to enact his will as Sorcerer Supreme. However, Dr. Doom shows little interest in maintaining the duties of the position and finds another character to enact his will as Sorcerer Supreme. That character is none other than Spider-Man, who takes on the role as a glorified henchman. But the twist is that what he's doing is actually good. Sorcerer Supreme Doom doesn't send Spider-Man into the weeds without assistance. Reeds of Ragador bestow Spidey with 8 extra lives, ensuring that he will come back from death, although it's going to be terribly painful every time. Doom also gives Spider-Man a powerful suit akin to his own, a metallic spider suit with Dr. Doom detailing and a red cape. Despite becoming immensely powerful as the result of this gift, or curse, Spider-Man's full purpose is to die several times in the pursuit of defending the Earth from the 8 Scions of Cyttorak. This annual role is typically performed by Doctor Strange, who must endure the various attacks. Doom, either not interested in the task or up to something else altogether, gives the gig to Spider-Man, who, so far, exceeds expectations with his powerful new abilities. Despite having otherworldly abilities, this new Spider-Man isn't necessarily guaranteed success in his efforts. Upon dying, he meets the MCU's Agent Coulson, who has become an avatar for death, directly connecting this storyline to the MCU. As a bureaucratic guide in the afterlife, Coulson is supposed to essentially register Spider-Man, but the Reeds of Ragador bring Spidey back to life in a painful and meticulous process of putting his body back together from scraps. Whether or not Spider-Man will eventually figure out a way to minimize his own pain in the face of the Scions remains to be seen. But for now, we have a Spider-Man who bears a striking resemblance to Dr. Doom, the MCU's latest big bad villain, who will be played by Robert Downey Jr. Interestingly, Dr. Doom historically wants to stop incursions altogether. If there's a kernel of a clue here, it's that Dr. Doom's MCU entrance, especially within the Multiverse Saga, means that Doom might have a similar aim within the live-action version of events. Doom is already a complicated villain with a fascinating backstory. He is not merely a villain who wants to destroy, but rather to maintain and refine, shaping the world in his image. Ever the egotist, Doom believes himself to be the only suitable ruler of the world who can protect its inhabitants by means of extreme control. Of course, these plans will eventually lead to Doom's battle world, hinted at in the 2027 Avengers subtitle, Doomsday, the hodgepodge reality where heroes and villains from all over fight a lengthy battle while Doom oversees it. Such a reality may also be the inevitable point that the main MCU universe is heading toward with all of the incursions and crossovers between realities. Interestingly, within the MCU, Spider-Man has already been privy to the multiverse and its adverse possibilities. As a direct result of Peter Parker's tampering, previous non-MCU Spidey villains arrived on Earth 616.
Hello, Peter.
Which ultimately led to Aunt May's death in No Way Home.
Will you look at me, May, please? May?
While Peter Parker's intentions may have been at least partially driven by a desire to enact some good, they have also been misguided. Eventually, Peter wipes the world of his own existence and he has to start anew on his own. He also has to live with the fact that the death his Aunt May, the most important figure in his life, is on his hands. While the latest comic book Spider arc shows Doom and Spidey as tenuous allies as protectors of Earth, the upcoming 4th Spider-Man film and the 2 new Avengers movies might explore some of these themes further, looking at Spidey and Doom from a different angle. While details are still yet unknown about the upcoming 4th Spider-Man movie and the 2 new Avengers films, there's more than a slight chance that Spider-Man might find something appealing about Dr. Doom's plans to stop incursions. After all, what better way to stop unwanted events, like the one that claimed May's life, than to ensure that no crossovers can ever happen again? Even though the MCU's Peter Parker did bond with Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield's versions of the character, he still may find the possibility of seeing them again a necessary sacrifice to make in order to stop the multiversal madness completely. The circumstances leading up to Doctor Doom taking the title of Sorcerer Supreme could also be a clue to the MCU's future. In the comics event Blood Hunt, Doctor Strange calls upon the powerful sorcerer and supervillain Doctor Doom to remove the Dark Force, a protective shield against the sun, allowing hordes of vampires to wreak havoc on Earth. Doom, ever the opportunist, accepts Strange's offer, but with a caveat that the title Sorcerer Supreme is transferred to Doom. With the deal made, Doom performs the ritual that dispels the Dark Force, saving Earth, at least for now. Doom was supposed to return the cloak and title to Doctor Strange after the vampire threat was destroyed, but Doom reminds Strange that he would return the position after the Earth was saved, a quest which Doom has only just begun to embark upon. Vampires have not yet been a major threat in the MCU, but there tenuously is a Blade movie starring Mahershala Ali coming sometime in the future. An event or a movie similar to Blood Hunt could be a way to bring Blade into the MCU fold and also act as the starting off point for a team-up between Doctor Doom and Spider-Man in the MCU's future.
I'm really gonna enjoy this now.
Even more importantly, Doctor Doom is played by none other than Robert Downey Jr., who previously portrayed Tony Stark, the man who recruited Peter Parker and looked after him like a son. Various sources seem to suggest that Robert Downey Jr. will be playing Victor Von Doom and not actually a variant of Tony Stark. Still, there are many similarities between Tony Stark and Victor Von Doom's personalities, careers, and overall arcs. Also, in terms of casting, there has to be a reason why RDJ was chosen for the role after just playing the MCU's most iconic hero. The resemblance may not be shown at all if Doctor Doom never removes his mask. However, if he does, the resemblance between Doctor Doom and Tony Stark may lead Peter Parker to believe that Doctor Doom is a version of his own mentor, Tony Stark. The resemblance may cause Peter Parker to mistakenly trust Doctor Doom, consciously or subconsciously connecting Victor Von Doom to Tony Stark because of it, even if the two characters are completely unrelated after all. For now, we only have conjecture about the upcoming films, but in the comics, we now have a Spider-Man who looks a lot like Doctor Doom and even has some of the villain's powers. It's possible that this could be a tease for where the MCU is headed in the final few films of the multiverse saga. However it all pans out, Spider-Man is now at the point where he has to rebuild his life. If one thing is for certain, the MCU's version of Peter Parker has a long way to go before he becomes an integral member of the Avengers. For now, the MCU's Peter Parker is still young and he makes too many mistakes to lead the heroes to success. Doctor Doom may become an integral part of Peter's growth as a hero. For better or for worse, Peter Parker could find a new mentor in Doctor Doom, which may lead to him gaining more maturity, either from Doctor Doom's guidance or from Doctor Doom's inevitable betrayal. Let us know what you think about the 8 Deaths of Spider-Man. Do you like the arc? Do you think trouble is brewing for our favorite wall crawler? Do you think this comics arc could be hinting at possibilities for the MCU's future? Let us know in the comments below. Remember to hit subscribe before you go. Until next time, thanks for joining us today at CBR.